Real facts, no guessing, man. IZ is the best it is. Soft kisses while I stretch your limbs. Slow pace while I enter in. Beat it up, brother, think it's slim. The sea is deep, but I can swim. Surely you should get with him. Surely he should get with you. Y'all should try some role play and try to keep it fresh and new.
What's up with the world? It's your boy Fo Trey, Dub City Records. Back at it again, man. With one of the most popular, most popping right now, under requested, under respected, vet to the game.
What it do? It's your boy IZ316. Google that.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you taking the time, you know what I'm saying, to have the combos with me, man.
Man, I appreciate being on your platform, man. You've been doing this a long time, but you be consistent in everything you do, so I respect it.
Already, man. It's mutual, man. Let's get right into it. What was the inspiration for this song, for Role Play?
Man, my guy, June Balloon, you might see me tagging him, and, you know, Envy shouted me and him out. And this is my guy, man. He was like, listen, I love your conscious music, whatever's cool, but you need a hit.
Right.
You know, we need to make some money. We need to get, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you can do the things that the type of music you love to do. So when I heard the beat, I was like, man, that's just crazy. But a lot of people don't know that, like, more than just rap, I write.
Right.
In different forms. I've written R&B songs and songs, you know, for ballads for other people. They ain't never really go nowhere, but I still did it. So
right.
It wasn't nothing to really like putting this song together in that sense. But that was it. Like, shoot, I need a hit.
Definitely. Like, how long you been at it in the 316 for those that's unfamiliar with you?
Man, I've been rapping since I was like 9, but like consistently, like commercially dropping. I think I dropped my first project in about 2008.
Okay.
But 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. I recorded projects before then. They just never came out for whatever reason. I couldn't find nobody to mix and master it. Or, you know, I'm halfway through it and my partner who was producing it went to jail.
Right.
Or the sound quality when I was recording just don't
lose
sound
a hard
good.
drive.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Homie crib got ran in and they stole the equipment and just...
Nigga, that shit used to happen like a mug, man. The dub was different before everybody had the shit on their computers and you actually had real studios with sound banks and shit. Yeah,
because I was saying, man, there was only really 2 or 3 recording studios in Wichita, period, and most of them they didn't want to fool with hip hop. And the equipment was so expensive that, shoot, niggas in the hood, unless you was hustling or something, couldn't really afford it.
What's one of the first studios you remember back in the day?
Man, the first studio I recorded at personally was D.W. Martin's studio. He had Nitram back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's how far I went back. That's where I recorded my first track ever.
Hell yeah. The first one I can remember ever recording that here was Masterpiece. It used to be on the west side. And just like you said, this is back in the Real to Real and the DAT recording days.
Yeah.
They did not like no hip hop. They were charging us like $130 something an hour back then. Yeah. This is like 90 and shit, man.
And then didn't even know how to mix it right, because they used to mixing, you know, rock and you know, that type of stuff. But they want your money, you know.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
But then even if you could find a studio, you had to have a producer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could run all the equipment on top of that because they're not going to engineer it for you.
They could get you beats at all.
Right.
It wasn't like the internet days where you had to, you know, you just go online and listen to a million type of beats. You know what I'm saying? You had to fool with the producers that was in your area. That was the producers who actually loved the craft enough to go get their own equipment, and they was gonna hit you for the beat too. So you gonna get hit $100 for this beat. You gonna get hit $100, you know, for the studio, you know, time. That's $220 something right there for one song. And you ain't even released nothing. Then you gotta. There wasn't no like CD burning, so you had to actually go to the presser and buy these, which means you had to get your album cover or whatever. So just to put a single out, it's gonna cost you $1,000.
Definitely.
You know? And so that's kind of the era that I'm from. You know what I mean? Like where I started it. So by the time 2008 comes around, I'm really releasing our first project, which is Hip Hop for Dummies. that's kind of like the tail end of the CD era.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really I mean, Facebook came out when I was in college.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I adapted to that technology, so I didn't have no fan base online at that
Nobody
time.
did. The early Facebook days, nobody did, man, because MySpace is what was popping. You could code and put all your stuff on there. When that fell, I was on Facebook like within the first 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was nothing like that. And just like you, my first published work was until 2010, right at the end of the CD. So yeah, I feel that the adjustments is really been. So how would you explain where you get the energy to keep it going from, man? Because that was 15, 16 years ago.
Man, because I used to write every day, faithfully every day. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna write at least a verse.
Yeah.
And I don't do that no more. It ain't much as quantity now. It's more quality. But I can't write something that I don't believe. But what keeps me going is that I believe what I write.
Right.
And I believe in what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not out here talking about kill this, shoot that, disrespect that. Now, I'm not preaching, but I am analyzing, you know, what goes on in our neighborhood, what goes on in our culture, what I seen happen.
There's more people that don't move like that than do.
Yeah. So I gotta believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, I done been close enough to the fire to feel the heat.
Yeah.
I was never no gang member or nothing like that. I just know everybody. You know what I mean? That's what we leave it at. But through that, I got access to see a lot of things, and I seen the end result of it, and I just ain't afraid to tell the truth about it. Like, I may not be as vocal as like an artist like D1 is about it and how he approaches it, but he reminds me, some of the things he says and some of his content reminds me of the thoughts I have. And so, like, to be a counterbalance, you know what I'm saying? That there is somebody out there that's like, yo, like, I'm a man now, right? I'm human, but, you know, I try to really have a righteous message without preaching. And so that's what drives me, is that somebody needs to be saying something positive for the culture.
Damn right, man. That's very respectful, man. Like, we gonna touch on, like, who, one of the old school questions, who you be busting with? Who's your team consist of?
Like my favorite rappers?
Yeah. No, who's your team though? Like, who's your support group? Who you fuck with? Who you be
like in the
with?
town?
Yeah.
You know, that's tough. I'm cool with everybody, but I think people misunderstand. Like, bro, I got a business, I got kids, I just be busy, and I just be hyper focused. And clubs and shit give me anxiety. So, and I don't have that type of music. So it don't be personal while I don't be around, but I think that kind of hurts some of my popularity because they don't ever see me in clubs or whatever. That's just not my thing. So musically, I rock with everybody personally. If somebody called me and want a verse, but like who I be with, just really myself a lot of times.
Man, some of the hardest shit to do in the town is have a tight ass song that you know inside ain't a club song and be up in the club performing it.
Yeah.
Speaking from personal.
But XV, that's my guy.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Your shots out, man.
Yeah,
team.
That's my guy. PC Patton.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
The homie Juice from Flatlands. That's my guy.
Throwback.
KB, he down in Dallas, but that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So I rock with people, you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, that's
Miss V,
roster.
that's the homegirl. I like what she be doing.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Spaz after 6. After 3. I'm sorry, Spaz after 3. My man Kyron. My young cat. I rock with him. I rock with Midwest Maui. That's my youngin' too. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. I think he got a lot of drive. He got a lot of ambition. I like what he be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time before people kind of catch on what he doing.
I got a song with Spaz. It ain't out yet, though.
Okay. Yeah, that's my guy, man. He be grinding too. Some of these young cats is gritters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
we was.
Yeah, but see, that's where we be falling off at because, you know, we be scared to speak, but speak because we scared. So we don't really, we too afraid to approach these little young cats and tell them like, hey, listen, the reason it ain't a talent issue why no one from Wichita has really just went crazy. Yeah. We done had some people that did some amazing things musically that you just don't hear about. Yeah. Have we had that A-lister yet? Maybe not. Yeah. Right? But it's not a talent issue, it's an access issue.
Yeah.
It's an access to where the things are happening. We're just not there geographically. So when people get to hating, well, ain't nobody did this, and nah, there's some cats that got just as much talent as anybody who signed or whatever else. That's where they're acting, making movies, shooting videos, any of that. I done traveled enough to know that Wichita got that stuff for real, for real. And people could say it's kind of like unity. Until a point it is, because we be trying to compete and not collaborate. You know what I'm saying?
Let's speak on that, because that's a common question in my interviews. What does unity here look like?
I think that if Wichita really understood how the industry worked, then they would understand why collaboration and unity looks well together. Because there's only so many people in Wichita who listen to local music. It just is what it is. Those same people listen to everybody. So when I drop something, for the most part, in my age range, my fans is gonna be the same fans as anybody who's in my age group. It's just not enough people in Wichita to make an impact.
Numbers thing.
If you wanted to go platinum in Wichita, that means you would have to sell them 2.5, 3 CDs to every resident here. Man, child, baby, white, poor, black, whatever. That ain't even logical. You know what I'm saying? It's not even logical. But the thing about Wichita is everybody here is transplants from somewhere else. Blacks aren't native to here. So you'll have your fan base in Wichita, but then you got your family and wherever else that rock with you too, and that help you have an online presence.
Crossover.
Right. Now, if we was doing records together, now, okay, cool. We got the Wichita people together, but then next is like, okay, my people in this city, they rocking with this record because we just did one together. So when it looks like this, IZ do a song with Fortray. IZ and Fortray both promote the song. Not IZ hoping that I'm going to ride off of Fortray's coattail. Nah, let's both be vested in seeing that work. That's something small. Like, people be surprised, like, bro, when I dropped Melanin Sons and all my projects, I spend $200-300. I'm giving y'all game. I spent $200-300 on ads on iTunes, on Pandora, and on Spotify. So when you hear the record, hey, it's your boy IZ, you listen to my new song Role Play, go follow me. Now you getting to hear me just like you hear any other major artist. It costs me $200-300, but that ad is gonna play to 10,000-15,000 people. It's just about knowing the game. Now when me and Fortray do a record and we both put up $100, now that's doubling, you know, that's $200 for one song. Now you can start getting some traction. So it looks like collaborating but understanding what the game is. Right now, it ain't a talent issue. We need some education. You follow what I'm saying? So that we know how to build the industry. So we know how to support the DJs. So we know how to support the promoters. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. As artists, man, when these promoters throw shows, we should be the first one there doing giveaways. Hey, pull up with me tonight. You know,
merch tables.
Right.
All of the above.
And we just be missing technical things. I was telling you earlier, my guy June, shout out to June, bro, he was on my head about certain things, bro. You know, I'm having the best record of my life, you know what I'm saying? And I'm super happy about it, but he on my head like, yeah, it's tighten up. You ain't doing this right. You ain't doing that right. Get this right. Do this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. But I had to appreciate it because it made me a better artist, but it showed me why we be getting overlooked. We be getting overlooked because of our talent, not because of our talent, but because we don't move in a way that the industry's used to. You got to give people things the way that they used to, but we don't understand it. I didn't understand what was going on. I understand why certain things went the way it did, you know? But I paid to find out. And it made me a better artist.
What does that entail? Like, for example, what I'm taking from that live in the interview is like, okay, you go somewhere in the South, and let's use Atlanta. Okay, they formed a few years ago. You had a whole bunch of people that didn't fuck with each other, not even from the same side. Not even from the same clique, with different producers and all of that shit. But they were all showing up to each other's shows. To make the region, to those that ain't been from there, seem you're gonna project like cross promotion like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's gonna appear as a support that they can get behind because you're supporting it yourself.
I don't understand why Wichita don't work with Kansas City more. I understand, like, if you've been to the pen, there's the whole Wichita, but this is the music industry.
Unfortunately, that is one of the big barriers, bro. Gang shit and money shit.
I mean, Seven, he worked with
shout out
with Vizzy. He in Kansas City, cool ass cat. But my guy is Don Juan. You know what I'm saying? He from Kansas City. Hella cool. Chris Calico put me up on hella game. Every time I met Tech, you know what I'm saying, he put me up on game. You know, I sat there to ask some questions. One of the most valuable things I learned from Tech, man, is to be humble. Man, you know, he came down one time. We interviewed him on the bus, and just a real humble guy. He was like, hey, what's up, Iz? You want a turkey sandwich?
Yeah.
I'm like,
real life shit.
Yeah.
Regular shit.
So then he came back through a couple months later, and I was like, I seen him when he was doing sound check. He's like, Big Iz, what's happening? And I'm like, he's like, man, come on, don't do me like that. You know what I mean? Like, I remember who you are. Man, that was one of the most. Now, a couple years went by, I seen him here, remember me as much, but I get it, that being 5 years. But that just taught me, like, man, here's a cat that's on the four list between Drake and Wayne for top earners, you know what I'm saying? And he's
top independent artist for 20, 30 fucking years.
Yeah, so when people get to popping that BS online about how they the best and whatever, based on what? Be humble.
I wasn't gonna touch that, but fuck, cause you just spoke on it. Man, we gotta break into it,
It's a thing, man. It's a thing.
Okay, every time you get a wave, usually here in the springtime, you get a lot of new videos, a lot of new music.
Yeah.
And then you get people with the top 5, top 10, top 20. I tried to be humorous on the first list and just mention that Kansas state property tax is #1 gangster in the city. They #1 gangster here in the state. They fucking everybody's pockets up. But then when you get to the real other list, everybody get to feel left out and deprived. For what? Are we trying to actually get approval from other artists? I don't see any fans liking and sharing none of that list.
It don't even matter
if us arguing with us.
Yes.
For what?
Man, listen.
You could have shared everybody's video with the same energy that you liked at that motherfucking post and commented who the fuck was missing from it.
I would just say, like, yo, why why not just, if you put that much energy into rocking with somebody else, man, just support who you like. But this is where you disadvantage yourself. I got family in St. Louis, San Diego, Atlanta, you know, Savannah, and friends and family all over the country. If you my guy and I rock with you and you from the city, I'm gonna take you with me. You follow what I'm saying? When you on YouTube and my videos is playing, yours is gonna naturally start playing. So if you're doing your thing, just do your thing. Don't, you know,
and reciprocate that same thing. If your motion and my motion, man, that's a big giant ass motherfucking wave that starts.
Exactly. So take me wherever you at. I'm gonna take you where I'm at. Something simple as flyers. Take 10 flyers for a nigga when you go out of town.
Man.
And I'm gonna take some. You know, then this is the other thing that we ain't did. And this is just some technical shit, bro. Every time, this is one thing I see. We'll go to a show as an artist, and guess what we don't do? Take one point of contact. Not a phone number, not an email, not a nothing. If you blessed to have anybody care anything about your music, at any point to show any interest, and you don't connect with them, to build with them, to turn them into a fan, you're already slipping. Now, if I got an email list of 5,000 people and you got an email list of 5,000 people, when we send this record out, that's 10,000 people that we know we're
gonna listen to it.
Point and actually show interest in what we're doing. So now when we shoot a video and we send it out to our list of 10,000 people, even if we only get 10% of the people to pay attention, again, that's still 1,000 streams that you just got. You follow me? But we don't do that. We be so, you don't want to talk to fans. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? That's why I start saying my name is I want to be your favorite rapper. Why not? That's what I'm here for, right? But are you too prideful? Somebody should just like you just because you know, a little wooty woo.
Niggas' pride is so bad that they will not eat it all. Man. Rather than just fall in line and get with the motherfucking program, bro. So what if somebody else is tied to a certain niche of people? You think that it ain't gonna rotate? You think for 1 minute that somebody that like is shit isn't gonna like XV shit and vice versa?
Yeah.
Tight music is gonna be tight music. Somebody that like his shit is gonna like 80 shit.
Yeah.
Somebody that like 80 shit is gonna like XV shit. Bro, music is has so much crossover because there's so many genres and you can be tight in so many different ways. But you got people sitting here looking at this right now telling these two old ass niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about. Ain't neither one of them on.
I don't listen to me.
Right.
I ain't had no successes in life. I ain't had no career. You don't.
Right.
You ain't gotta listen to me. Because life will show you. You know what I'm saying? But what I am willing to do is share the game that I got. When Top Down started taking off, that's my biggest record next to Role Play. People start hating. Oh, his streams is fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This, that. That ain't even, that record ain't really even like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this, and that. You know what I mean? All right, cool. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Right? But the reality of it was, I just done had some blessings, and, you know, I soaked up game because we didn't have the industry. Bro, I will read every book that I could get my hand on about the record industry, about the music business, about marketing, about publishing, about sync licensing, about mechanical rights, about what the producer's supposed to get, about what the label head do, about all this stuff.
Sheets.
Yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? Did I understand it all? No. I mean, it's
Shouts
complex.
out to Twansack and successful release of that book, man.
Yeah, dope.
That
Sack
shit is,
that guy.
Yeah, that shit is fire too, man. That shit should not be overlooked. I don't see none of y'all putting out no motherfucking books. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a diss and it ain't none of that. But hey, man, recognize motion. And why would a motherfucker hate? How in the fuck would somebody be able to fucking hate on that shit? But Wichita will figure a way. I promise.
Because like it's for the same reason they was hating on Vizzy. Because I want to be the first dude to do this and do that. Like, you know. That's a whole different conversation. But
luckily, like we was talking about earlier, we're in an era now where all of that shit is inclusive and accepted. So if you weren't gang bang, you wasn't selling dope, you wasn't going to the pen, you was a regular nigga going to the schools, getting your education on, punching the time clock somewhere and producing your shit, that's okay. Because there's more motherfuckers like that now that will be like, yeah, that's our voice. That shit is crazy, though, how he got hated on.
Yeah, it was...
Because Wichita is all gangster shit.
I know, but, okay, everybody they be talking that gangster shit, but if we keep it real, you know what I'm saying, every nigga, I ain't gonna say every nigga, but I'm gonna say a lot of the cats that be talking that shit and got exposed, that they ain't really like that.
Yeah.
A lot of these cats... It be they people that be like that and they just be around them. You know what I'm saying? And what I'll say about myself is there's not a record that somebody gonna go listen to who know me that's gonna say, I don't know is for that.
Yeah. Important.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
authenticity.
Yeah, man, because that's what sells. Like, I think about I'll give you, I ain't gonna say that. What I say is this. One of my favorite rappers is Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason why Jay's still relevant is because he didn't really sell you a fad, he sold you him. So regardless of what the fad is, if you like him, you gonna like him.
Yeah.
There's other rappers that came with different styles,
mm-hmm.
you know, especially if you jocking a style that somebody else invented.
Right.
You know, you'll come up like I remember Das Effects came out. Das Effects was dope because nobody else sounded like them. Yeah. But then all of a sudden you had all these other groups that all
Lords
of a sudden,
of the Underground.
Yeah, all of a sudden want to sound like, you know what I'm saying, them, and it's like, who really cares about that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who really cares about somebody who sounds like somebody else? Like,
that was a death wish back in the day, man. Biting,
yeah,
that shit was frowned upon heavily. Like, just don't do it. Don't even fucking do it. But now, imitation, they say that's the best form of flattery. Not when all 150 motherfuckers sound exactly the goddamn same.
Yeah, and then, cause then they looking at you like that shit was a sin back in the day, biting somebody else.
Man.
Like, it was about how original you were.
But damn so.
Yeah, hold on. We got these people behind us. I'm all legal, but I don't like them behind me like that.
Already.
Yeah, so I kind of got off track.
That happens with the 12s, man, but fuck them. It's like this, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down, man. Is there anything else that you want to get out? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the world. I know you got a million interviews out there and you covered a lot of bases. So I really appreciate you going over some of that shit with me, man, because, you know what I'm saying, I got a little bit different, you know, viewership and shit. And hopefully we can get some motion to this shit, bro.
Man, of course, I've been talking to my guy, June. You know, if you've been around the Wichita industry for a while, you know, with certain things that you know that have transpired and whatever else, where, you know, we really got taken advantage of as a city. You know what I mean? I talked to my guy, June, and a couple other people, man. I'm really trying to bring more industry people here.
Yeah.
Do some workshops and some different things like that to teach us the game, because we just don't know. But the thing about it is, people here don't be wanting to pay for the game.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't like I'm trying to, like, if I'm an organizer, I got to eat, but I'm not trying to eat off of everybody like that. But it's what we need. You know what I'm saying?
Still costs, man.
Yeah, and so we got to collectivize. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might not know about that, but man, yeah, I just encourage everybody to really just be more thoughtful about what you want your career to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be more thoughtful, like actually plan things out. You know what I'm saying? And there's technical ways to do things that get you so much further. But cut all the, you know, BS out, man. Let's all eat and have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Where can everybody find your music at, bro? What's your links?
Man, the best way to do it for real is just to Google IZ316, because some people use Spotify, some people use Apple, but that way, you whatever platform you use, you'll see my videos, you'll see my you know, new songs or whatever that I got going on. But yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. We need to go and get a record in, man. I think it's
man, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. Any final shots out?
Man, shout out to Fo Trey, man.
Yes, sir.
Mornin Blunt. Always been a solid cat.
Man, 100, man. I just hate that it took this many years to get this shit in, but we finally did. You know what I'm saying?
Better late than never.
Already, fam.